Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today we are going to be focusing on the eyes. This is a pink smoky eye. It is going to be great for Valentine's Day. It's going to be great for a date night, for something fun. But for me, this is going to be the first installment of a series that I am starting called Making Colors Wearable again. So over the course of the next couple of months, we're going to dive into color. It's coming back slowly and I want to have it ready up for spring and summer for you guys. So we're going to touch each color in the rainbow, and we're also going to incorporate fun colors like the pink, and then we're also going to do a black smoky eye because it's very neutral, very classic. So keep tuned for that. But if this is something that you want to see, then just keep on watching.
Hi you guys, welcome back. So for today's video, it's going to be a little different. As you can see, I have my base completely done and we are going to focus only on the eyes, making sure that the colors are blended, making sure the technique is there, and really explaining thoroughly how I'm getting the exact look that we're going to do today. So I am going to be going in with 3 different palettes to get all the pink shades that we want to use today. I'm going to be using the Jaclyn X Morphe Volume 2, the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism, and the Charles X Morphe palette. So I'm going to dip into different shades from each one. I'm going to start off in the Lunar Beauty palette with that first shade there. It's named Bear. And I'm going to be using that with a JH32 brush by Morphe. And I'm going to take that on that fluffy brush and I'm going to start to concentrate it just in my crease. I want it really diffused, really light. I want to make sure that I am taking my time really working this product back and forth across the lid. I'm not taking a lot of product whatsoever, maybe 1 dip, maybe 2 if I'm feeling a little bit risky, but I am taking that very slowly on that fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in small circular motions and then windshield wiper motions, really making sure to diffuse the color, make sure there's no harsh lines, and you can see the light reflecting on my face back and forth, and that's me going from a very zoomed in tight mirror to a much wider version of the mirror. Then I'm going to go into the Charles palette and pick up the baby pink shade that's in this palette. I don't know the name of that. I will find out for you guys and put that into the description bar. But I'm going to do the exact same thing with the exact same brush, but I'm just building the color. The key with color is making sure that you take your time and you go from lightest to darkest, especially when you're working with colors like pink or blue or purple, those really pigmented colors, because if you blend out the base really, really well, it's going to make for blending those super bright pigmented shadows so much easier. So I'm just going to be picking up little bit by little bit, taking it on that same JH32 brush and taking it in those windshield wiper motions back and forth and in circular motions to make sure that there's no harsh lines and that there is no gaps and there's nothing that looks like patchy or weird. Okay, so I'm going to take the same brush I've been using, that JH32, and I'm going to pick up that second shade in the Lunar Beauty palette called Cherry Blossom. It's just a little bit deeper of a pink, and that's just going to take us into the next shade family. So we're just going to start building, taking our time, going in very slowly, making sure that we build this color to the pigmentation that we want it to be. I'm really focusing on this outer corner because I want most of the pigment to be on the outer corner and then the excess fall into the inner corner. I want more color on the outside because this is a smoky eye, so the smokiness needs to be on the outer wing. That's going to elongate your eyes and make your eyes look much bigger. If you put a lot of shadow on the inner corner, especially any dark shades, that's going to make your eyes look smaller and bring them closer together. So it's going to bring your face in closer together and almost make it look more two-dimensional. You want to bring light to the center of the face and that super dark color to the outside. Right here, I'm going to be going in with which brush is this? I'm going to be going in with the E17 brush. Oops, sorry y'all, that took me a minute to find. The E17 brush, and I'm going to be using the same shades as I did on the top of my eye. So my rule of thumb is to always make sure that the same thing you do to your upper lash with a smoky eye, you do to your lower lash. That way everything blends together and it doesn't look disconnected and not part of the look at the end, because these color shadows and these looks are very much a trust the process look, and you will see what I mean in just a little bit when you see me adding much darker pinks to this look. So I'm taking that same JH32 brush, making sure to really go through and blend everything each step of the way. So now I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. This is the volume 2, and I'm going to be taking that corally shade. It's called Positivity, like TEA, how clever, with the JH33 brush. So very similar to the 32, but the 33 is going to have a little bit shorter bristle, and it's going to be a little bit denser. So this is going to be a peachy shade, as you can see, but the peach and the pink really complement each other, and it pulls more pink because it's a pinker look. So it is going to look a little coral at first, but it's okay. It's going to work in the end. This is what I mean when I say trust the process. So I'm going to take that on that brush, make sure to dip it in the product and do the same motions in just the crease of my eye. That crease is the part between your brow bone and your lid. Oh, little puppy in the background. Hi, Tux. So you're gonna really make sure to take that on the outer corner first, really deposit the product, put it where you want it, and then start to blend. I'm gonna blend a lot in the crease because I want this color to be what is going to build the rest of my look. So I'm going to make sure and really take my time, blend that out, get that outer corner to have that sharp V almost, and then keep building that product up. And then also go in with the same color with that same fluffy pencil brush, the E17, and just like I said before, do the same thing on the bottom lash as I'm doing on the top. Okay, so next up, I'm going to be taking the same palette, that Jaclyn Hill palette, with the shade Lolly Mama on an M513 brush. So this brush is going to be much shorter. It's going to be much denser, but it's going to be more precise. So you see me hitting my hand on the brush quite a few times. This is just me telling you to make sure you do not pick up too much product. These shadows are insanely pigmented, and by pigmented I mean they have very good payoff. A little bit is going to go a very long way. So make sure that you are cautious when picking up shadows with this much pigment. So I'm going to go in that same area I put Positivity and make sure that I'm depositing more of it on my outer corner because that's where I want it to be darkest, and then making sure to go along that lash line so I get that natural V shape in the outer corner, and then blending inward with the excess product, just so there's not a lot of product, but you still want that color to come in so that it's cohesive all the way across, because this is a smoky eye and it's not a cut crease. You want the color to still be all the way across the lid, but stronger on your outer corner. So you see me going in, dipping a little bit, adding a little bit more pigment at a time until it's back to where you want it. Now, something that I will always say is keep that first brush very handy. Make sure that you don't lose it, because this brush is your best friend. You're going to take it with no additional product and dust everything you've done. Go in circular motions over everything and make sure that everything is blended so that everything is seamless and nothing looks choppy or muddy or out of place. And you're going to make sure to do the same on the top as you do to the bottom. So you see me doing that again here with Lolly Mama on the bottom with that E17 brush again. That brush and that fluffy brush from the very beginning are going to be very helpful. So now I'm going to start going into those super hot pink shades. So that's the same palette. We're going to go in with shade Tipsy Girl on a MAC 217 brush. I picked up way too much product here, so you see me hitting it on a palette, not my hand. So I am going to make sure to focus this very strongly just in the crease. I do not want it to go too far up, because if it gets too far up in my eye, it's gonna start looking really, really blown out, and that's not what I'm looking for with this shadow. I wanna make sure it's very concentrated. So I'm making sure to take it and just do it on the outer corner and the excess go into the crease. So here I'm taking a different brush for my lower lash line. This is a flat definer brush. It's very stiff and it's gonna be pretty much just a line across, a very short brush. This is the M432 brush. So all of the M and the JH brushes are going to be by Morphe. They're some of my favorite brushes and they're super affordable. So I'm going to be stamping that Tipsy Girl shade underneath my lash line and taking that MAC 217 brush that I was using on my lid to go in and blend it out. And blending is key. You're going to use lots of different brushes going from biggest, fluffiest to smallest when you are blending everything out. So I do still go in with that E17 brush as well. So this is me deciding I want to do glitter and put glitter all over my lid in the inner corner. But I'm going to save you the trouble and tell you that yes, I will be taking that off after I looked at this in the mirror. When I was going to do the other side, I hated how this looked in person. It doesn't look too bad on camera, but I did not like how it looked in person. It was way too rosy. It was like champagne-y pink. It wasn't bright pink like I wanted, and it wasn't wearable. This was very party, like over the top. So I do end up taking that color off, but I am using a flat brush. This is the JH41. And I'm using just a packed glitter all over my lid. But like I said, skip this part if you want a little bit more wearable look. If you want to be a little bit more out there, definitely go in with the glitter. But for me, I wanted it to be a little bit more subtle and a little bit more feminine and not so party. So I do end up taking the glitter off. So even if you don't add the glitter and you add just a neutral shade, you will want to blend your edges because those colors are going to transfer into that outer corner and that crease. So that was just me using that MAC 217 brush to go in and buff those edges. And then I'm just going to use a powder brush to make sure everything gets taken out from underneath my eye so I don't have any fallout just sitting on my cheeks. So I am going to be using the JH38 brush in the Jaclyn Cosmetics. Goodness, I'm not using her right now. In the Jaclyn Hill palette. And this is going to be the white or certified shade. So right here, I am really blending out this lower lash line because I see a harsh line that I don't like. So I'm taking my time and going in with that pencil brush and really buffing it out with a super light shade to make sure that nothing is out of place. And then I'm going to be taking that same white and putting it on my inner corner just to highlight and open up the inner corner of my eyes a little more and bring some more attention to them so that you look at my eyes immediately before you look at anything else. Like magic, the other eye is done. See what I did there? And see how there's no glitter? Yeah, took the glitter off, couldn't stand it. So what I'm doing right now is taking the white out of the Jaclyn Hill palette, which is shade certified with that JH41, and I am going to be packing that on that brush very heavily, and then packing that all over my lid on the first, I'd say 2/3 of the lid. I want it pretty white because I want the pink to stand out, and so against the white it really does pop. I'm taking that M17 brush and the JH33 brush and blending the white and the pink together so it doesn't look crazy. I also measured my lashes, so that's what you see me doing there. As I'm waiting for the glue to dry, I'm going to be using the Tarte mascara in Lights Camera Lashes. This is just a black mascara. I'm applying a very thin coat to my natural lashes so that the false lashes have something to stick onto when I go in to put them on. When I'm putting the mascara on though, I am not putting it behind my lashes. I am putting a very thin coat on the underside of my top lashes so that they look darker when I put the black lashes that I have on top of that. And yes, I'm dropping things and having to pick them up, and so I'm out of frame. Ignore me. I am also going to be taking a cream eyeliner. I really wish I had a baby pink one. I've done this look twice now and yet have still not gotten a baby pink liner. But I'm taking this cream liner by Essence, do my waterline, and this is really going to open up your eyes and give you a more doll-like effect and really open up and make them pretty big. So this is something, if you have big eyes already, you can skip this part. I like how awake it makes me look, but if you want to close your eyes a little, if you have really big eyes, you can always switch out the cream for black and it will make your eyes a little bit smaller. So I did have my base done, but I have much more pink on my eyes than I did on my face, so I'm just going in with a blush. This is from the Jaclyn Cosmetics Rouge Romance in Rouge Affair and Admirer. I mixed both of those together to get the pink that I have on there. And then I'm still letting my lashes dry, so we're going to do my lips next. I'm going to use the NYX lip pencil in Peekaboo Neutral, and of course I am out of shot for this. I am so sorry. My camera was all the way zoomed in on my eyes so you guys could really see the blending techniques, but I'm using the NYX lip pencil in Peekaboo Neutral with the Loreal Rouge Signature Lightwear High Pigment Lip Stain. That is a mouthful. In 416 Create. So I'm just going to line my lips, my natural lip line, and then fill it in with that pencil so that it stays for a very long time, and then go in with that L'Oreal lip stain all over my lips on top of the pencil to neutralize it a little because it looks a little bit orangey and I wanted it more pink. So now I am just going to put my fake lashes on. A good trick for lashes, if you are new to lashes, is to put them on basically horizontal. So go in from above. Don't go straight at your eye as if you were like going to poke your eye. Go in from above your lashes and set the lash band on top of your natural lashes. It makes it a lot easier to set them as close as possible to your lash line and blend the falsies with your natural lashes. Now, I know you see the lash glue kind of all over my lashes. The beauty about this lash glue, which is the Duo, is that it is white when it's wet, but it is clear when it dries. So it's going to completely dry down to clear, and I'm not going to have any problems. You're not going to be able to see it. And I'm using the Ardell Wispy lashes for this look because I do have some pretty big eyes, and so I need to make sure that I have plenty of lash to fit my entire lash band and my lash line. Then I'm going to go in with the same mascara and just put a very tiny coat on my bottom lash line so that it doesn't look so bare when I am in person or when I'm taking some photography with some flash, because that's the first thing I'm going to see is no mascara on my lower lash line.
Alrighty you guys, so this is the final look with the lashes and everything put together with the lip, all of it done. It is very hot pink, it is smoky, it's blown out, but I think I'm gonna rock this maybe closer to Valentine's Day, who knows? It just kind of depends on what our plans are. But if this is something that you guys want to keep seeing and you want to see more on the Color Made Wearable series, go ahead and leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, tell me what color you want to see next. I was thinking going in the order of the rainbow, but hey, you know what? If you guys want to see something like random and blue or maybe even green, then we'll do that first. But just let me know in the comments down below. If you have any questions, as always, my socials are going to be listed for you. Go ahead and follow those so that you can keep up with when I'm posting and when new videos are going to be going up. But I will see you guys in the very near future. Bye guys!